Jet Set Radio is a franchise that still carries a lot of love for Sega and Dreamcast fans. But for one reason or another, Sega never continued the franchise since Jet Set Radio Future in 2002. Team Reptile, creators of the fun indie Lethal League, decided to take matters into their own hands and create a spiritual successor to the fan-favorite franchise. And as this title says, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is a fantastic love letter and one of the easiest video games I have ever had the pleasure of recommending in my time doing YouTube. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk's aesthetic is immaculate. The low poly art style, the vibrance of color, and the personality that oozes throughout all of the game's elements is infectious. It is optimized damn near flawlessly. Outside of one random crash, I have had no technical problems with this game. My PC had no issues playing the game at 1080p high refresh rates, and the Steam Deck is able to play BRC at a solid 60 FPS. Props to Team Reptile for the art style and optimization on this one. I don't think the words exist yet that can truly encapsulate how incredible the soundtrack of BRC is. It covers so many genres, brought together a vault of talented artists, and helps elegantly complement the vibe of this game. There wasn't a single bad or even mediocre track to me, and I found myself bopping my head and toe-tapping the entire time. Hope the soundtrack gets at least a nomination at the Game Awards this year because it absolutely deserves it. The story of Bomb Rush is one of the elements I thought going in would be one of the weakest links, but I was impressed with the bombshell reveals and how shockingly dark it got in moments despite how colorful the game is. There was a moment 10 minutes in where my jaw was on the floor and I audibly went, "Oh hell yeah, I'm in." I won't say any more than that. I want y'all to have the opportunity to be surprised and engaged as much as I did. The gameplay loop of Cyberfunk is where this game shines and soars. It doesn't matter what character you play or your transportation of choice, everyone handles beautifully, and it's always fun to traverse the city. The trick system bullseyes the easy to learn, hard to master philosophy, and it combined with the excellent world design results in what is now easily my favorite skating game. Add in the graffiti QuickTime event to leave your mark on the world, and you have the gameplay loop for a godlike good time. I always found myself exploring each new environment and just skating around to see what collectibles I could find, or the routes where I could best optimize my trick combos. Time flew like nothing else in these moments, and it's such a cathartic feeling finding your flow state and being rewarded with a massive combo number at the end of your hard work. My only critique for Bomb Rush is the camera in combat. I know a lot of people aren't fans of the combat scenarios in this game, but I honestly found them pretty fun. I agree that there could be a better kinetic feeling to throwing cans, but I found it fun to spray paint and spin kick cops and bosses. My issue is that the camera can be your worst enemy in combat, especially against flying bosses. There's no lock-on feature, so if the boss is moving around a ton, or you get ganged up on by a bigger group of enemies, it can feel like you're fighting the camera more than you're fighting the enemies in this game. I never had issues with the camera during traversal and skating, only in combat did it feel like the game took a step back a bit in quality. Hopefully they have better camera tracking and combat optimizations in the sequel, and thankfully, these moments only make up a very small percentage of the overall game, and there were specific bosses and enemy encounters that I did enjoy battling throughout. If at any point you've watched this video and have gone, "Damn, this game looks good," give Bomb Rush Cyberfunk a shot because it has been so much fun for me. If you're a Jet Set Radio, Tony Hawk, Sonic, or 3D platformer fan, this is a must-own game and you will have a blast. Between this and Hi-Fi Rush, we've been getting some great smaller titles this year. If we ever do see a proper sequel to the Jet Set Radio franchise, I sincerely hope Sega hires Team Reptile for the task, because this game alone is proof that they would do a fantastic job. But for now, fans like me who have been waiting for a proper spiritual successor to arrive, it's here. It's called Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, and it has been absolutely worth the wait. Love y'all. Have a blessed one.